We've been waiting a long time to see these two get it on. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
I feel like a fraud. How have I got these ringside seats?
They call him Sweet Hands. Caleb Plant, fighting out of Tennessee, but now living in Las Vegas. This former middleweight champion of the world is looking to get back on track tonight. It's the king, Amir King Khan, one of the finest fighters Britain's ever produced. Olympic silver medalist in 2004, multi-time world champion, fighting out of Bolton, UK.
I'm so excited for this fight. There is no nonsense here.
This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, introducing from Nashville, Tennessee, now fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, a super middleweight champion of the world, Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Bolton, England, here is the Olympic silver medalist, one of Britain's youngest ever professional world champion, a unified 140-pound champion of the world, introducing Amir King Khan.
What a pleasure to be in this unique environment. Every seat has been taken for tonight's match.
All right. Thank you, Todd. You know what? Outside, it's hot. Inside, it's roasted.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. High hopes for this battle between these two athletes. Beautiful counter shot. One punch could change everything in this battle. These punches coming from every angle. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
Counter punch is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counter puncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
That hook doesn't score. Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Off the charts action from both of these fighters. If you like defense, you're going to love this fighter. Excellent defense. They stay on the outside. They use their jab efficiently, and they don't take damage.
It's a flat-footed fight. If you're going to dance right there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the ring off. Make the ring small. Put them on the back foot. Put them under pressure.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Plant in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Come on, switch on. Switch on.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Tried to score with that hook, but missed. And he scores with the counter. A straight right just misses. let this one go to the judges. How about that time counter shot? Shot lands. Beautiful counter punch. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker.
And there's the bell for round 3. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. That left hook missed. This fighter's certainly not going to out-throw their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the flyweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Swing and a miss with that left hook. Nice counter. How about that time counter shot? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about planting that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout.
On to the fourth we go. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
The straight right just misses. So far, the offense has been better than the defense. Nice counter shot. This fighter has been extremely aggressive so far, Johnny, but how do they keep it up over the distance of this fight?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this. They are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Look at the footwork, the hand speed. This is the best that the middleweight division has to offer. Blocks that right hook. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about planting that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears. Time for the 5th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Punch, counter punch. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what he's got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Swing and a miss with the hook. Both fighters landing in these exchanges. Judge is going to have a tough job.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Oh, and a shot from the heavens sends him to the canvas. Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, four. Are you all right?
The referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for fighters.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Khan in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
I love the response.
On to the 6th round. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff him.
Nice counter shot. Do you believe this? Is he going to punch himself out, though? What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Punch, counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Caleb Plant just got clipped. Didn't wait long. Did you see that? Caleb Plant is hurt. Down goes Caleb Plant. Wow, let's take another look at that.
That's lights out right there.
So the judges can't make up their mind. No one wins, no one loses. This fight ends in a draw.
What a fight, what a battle. I'm exhausted watching it myself. And you know what? I'm happy it's a draw because nobody deserved to lose and nobody deserved to win. These guys put it on the line.